Coach, your thoughts on the game?
Well, people got what they paid for. You got a battle of two of the best in the state of Virginia. Things that kind of had picked us all year that we were able to overcome, we just weren't able to overcome. Free throws down the stretch kind of burned us. We missed a couple front ends of the one-on-ones. Let's talk about the positives, man. My guys just battled back. I think we was down 8 or 10. We burned the timeout, regrouped. They fought like dogs. We climbed all the way back to take the lead. I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to go to war with. Someone was going to win and someone was going to lose, unfortunately. I hate it for my group of guys as seniors because of how senior-led we were and everything that I had to go through personally last year from a health standpoint. I owed it to them to come back and give them everything I had. In a sense, I feel like I kind of failed them when it mattered most is some late game execution down the stretch. We lost on the glass. Second chance points killed us. And kind of all year we were able to overcome that by being a little bit more faster to long rebounds. We had mental lapses where we'd let people go to their dominant hand. Hats off to them. They played a fantastic job. They did a good job.
Questions?
Cam, tell me about the couple of threes that you hit to be part of that. Obviously, Amandre is a focus for them. Then you find yourself open. Do you feel like that was the momentum-building kind of moments for your team?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, of course, Amandre just doing what he does, getting me open, and I just happened to be at the right spot at the right time. And he found me, and I knocked down 2 of them. And I think it really just helped us get back in, and yeah.
Mentality-wise for you, you guys are down 12. It's not a familiar position for yourselves. How were you guys able to stay in it mentally?
So earlier in the season, we've been down. We faced some adversity in the early season where we've been down some at halftime, going into halftime. So I think we weren't really worried. We weren't worried about it at that part. But yeah, we were down 12. I mean, we knew we could fight back, and we gave it the best shot we could.
DJ, you've talked about one more to Ben, who's sick, by the way. That's why he's not here. Do you feel like they gave you everything they had tonight and gave you that one more that you've been asking for all season?
So one more grew from one more 4 weeks ago to last one. I mean, what coach could ask for anything better? We asked for one more 4 weeks ago and ended up to the last one. We're one of the last 2 standing, and it took a dragon slayer to slay a dragon. You know, I'd cry, but like I told them, I've cried all day today. I cried before the game because it's over. At the end of the day, I knew once the last whistle blew, we were going to be finished. My senior-led team that I've had since 10th grade is going to go on to new life. My guys who have worked their tails off over the off season. No matter the outcome, I knew if anything was going to be questioned, we were going to get 110% tonight, and we did.
Amandre, you start 1 for 5 from the field, and then second quarter happens, and you hit the spot on the court, right elbow, extended area, and just keep hitting from there. Do you feel like that was a moment where it started to turn around for you?
I started slow, so my teammates kept telling me to get in the game, so I started slow, and when I fell and hit my elbow, I thought I was done for the game, but I had to fight back for my teammates. I had to stay in the game to give more effort, and be a leader for my team.
There's a moment too where you go down on a foul, cramp up, and have to come out. I think you were probably asking, can I shoot the free throws? Can I come back in? Is that right?
Yeah.
Was it hard to sit there on the bench or on that sideline for an extra minute without the timeout?
I mean, I really wanted to shoot the free throws. I didn't want to come out, but it's just whatever. I had to come out. So
there's also a moment, less than 4 minutes left. It looks like they're on top of you, and there's a moment where it's like, okay, you could pass out potentially, but you just held on to it and bullied your way through that right side into the bucket and got a free throw. There are guys behind me that are saying he's tough, he's cooking, he's balling. Was today about toughness for you and doing everything that you had to get some points?
I mean, I feel like today was like a really mental thing, you know. So we went down early in the game. Third quarter really killed us. The turnover. So I mean, third quarter we went down a lot. So you know, I had to be tough mentally for my teammates.
Your coaches talked about him trying to give everything for you guys after kind of having to be not there for you a couple of months during the summer. Did he give everything for you? Did you give everything for him today?
Yes, I know he gave everything he could. He gave us everything every day. Every day of practice, he gave us all, everything we got. So, you know, we gave 110% tonight. We just fell short.
It's hard right now, but you guys are still making history. A team hadn't been back here for Glass in 50 years. Do you think 56 years? Do you think a couple days from now you'll be able to reflect and think this was a special season for us?
I mean, I think it's special now, but, you know, I feel like we could have done better things to win this game.
DJ, you want to speak to that at all?
You know, I think the crazy thing is a quick turnaround for everybody that played today versus everybody that plays later. We really, which kind of worked, we didn't really get to enjoy the moment. I do hope the kids get to enjoy the moment down the line because it's hard to get here. I mean, you say a team who's been really good in basketball for 56 years hasn't been back. It shows just how hard it is. And I mean, it shows just taking this season how hard we have to fight. The scratches, the claws, the tears, the blood, everything it took just to get to this point where we are today. The cool thing is I think the guys, I think when it sets down and it settles in, I think they're going to enjoy it. It's something that they get to talk about for the rest of their life. It's something that he's going to get to talk about. He got to go before me. I mean, it's something we talked about all last year when we lost to Loudoun County. Was guys, we gotta play harder. We gotta work harder. And when we did, and you know, the goal was to first get here, and then the second goal was to win it. We fell short on one of them. But it wasn't for a lack of being blown out. It wasn't for a lack of effort. It wasn't for a lack of not being ready for the moment. You know, for a team that hadn't been here 56 years, I think that they rose to the occasion. The lights weren't too bright. The moment wasn't too big. And at the end of the day, just like we've talked about all season long, it's just basketball. The ball's got to go through a hole. The court just looks different.
Yeah. Last thing for me. Sorry, one more thing. What did you say to him, Andre? He's got to be one of the best that's ever played for Glass, right?
I'm actually not from Lynchburg, so I'll let the Lynchburg people speak on that one. He's the best I've ever touched hands on. He's a coach's dream. He's phenomenal. I told him that, hey, he did everything, and the best part about it is he made his teammates better. When the moment came up, he drives down the lane, and he made the basketball play. He kicked it to the corner. Dexter, who shoots that shot 1,000,001 times, just happened to miss. It falls a little long, but he made the right play. You know, I know people will sit there and say he should have took the shot, but that's not what we practice at EC Glass. We practice good, better, best.
Coach, they mentioned that y'all met back in September. Did that have any bearing on the game today, and what y'all do to try and take away Weish?
No, that didn't matter to us. That's Summer League. All we want to do is play good competition all year round. And obviously Summer League didn't matter. We went in, right? We didn't do anything any different to take away KJ. KJ is a phenomenal player. One of the things for us is he just had to go up against a phenomenal player. And we were going to do that. We was going to, for me personally, I'm going to let my kid showcase how good he is. He plays 94 feet on both ends of the floor, and he's going to take care of someone's best player. And I thought he did a fantastic job. KJ got to the line a little bit late down the stretch, and of course he makes what really is the game-winning field goal. He just made one more play than we did down the stretch. But at the end of the day, I think we left the mark of who was the best on the floor today.
Anything else?
For all of you, in my years of covering state championships here, you guys may have traveled as good or better than any other team I've seen. Talk a little bit about, for those of us who've seen you for the first time this year, the support that you've gotten all year long. It's obvious it had to be huge because of the fan support you had here tonight. It was incredible.
Yeah, so we've always had fans at every game, even if it's just like a small game. I mean, we all knew they were going to travel, and we were looking forward to it. I mean, we just wanted to put on a show for our fans and give them a game, and that's what we did. We just happened to fall short.
I think it's crazy. So once you punch your ticket, everything moves so fast and last minute. So my wife puts together a bunch of shirts. If you looked in the crowd, you seen shirts. Neither one of them have them on. They made over probably 130 shirts. There you go. Yeah. One team, one dream, Hilltoppers. They made over 130 shirts. I think that putting a schedule together that we did where we do have to travel, we play in further spots to see what it's like even if we don't have fan support is huge for the kids because I want them to get acclimated to not being home. But history, I think, is what did this. I mean, you haven't been here for 56 years. The city sends us off with a police escort down to the highway. The school gives us the parade through, and it's all moments that the kids get to enjoy. And then at the end of the day, when you look up and the last buzzers go off, and you look up at the stands and you see all of this blue, the student section was immaculate. And I mean, when you compare that they had to travel 10 miles, and here we are coming 2.5 hours, I'm proud of my guys for showcasing exactly what we stood for tonight. It wasn't just EC Glass, it was all of Lynchburg.
Anything else? Great. Thanks, guys.